brand new car with a criminal past, leaving buyers blindsided.
I have my babies asking me, are we going to be okay?
The car's stolen, it's not legitimately yours anymore.
Atlanta News First investigates the warning signs and multiple women in Atlanta.
You took all of my 20s away from me, the most important years of my life.
Allegedly deformed by their doctor. When systems fail, people pay the price. We trace the damage, expose the truth, and fight to fix it. This is Uncovered by Atlanta News First Investigates. Imagine buying a car from a major dealership only to discover the vehicle they sold you was stolen from someone else.
Yeah, it's happening here in Metro Atlanta and nationwide, with the thieves getting real titles using fake vehicle identification numbers. Atlanta News First Investigates uncovers how to spot a counterfeit car before it's too late.
Police department.
I don't know who to trust.
There's a possibility that car is stolen. If it's stolen, you know about you.
Oh no, I have no idea. And I'll call everybody that I can call to show that I have no idea about it.
I feel like I don't know what to do. I don't know who to talk to.
Police aren't here for Chidima Okoro. They're here for the single mother's family car.
They came to me and took it from me.
They're gonna need the keys.
Okay.
Did you have any reason to suspect that this was a stolen car?
A stolen vehicle from a dealership?
Chidima bought the car from Honda South in Metro Atlanta. She had no idea the dealership had sold her a stolen car until special agents contacted her and peeled back the vehicle identification number.
That's the van.
The original was hidden under the one they sold me.
Let's pull the car facts. The real VIN goes back to 2016 when the Cherokee was first purchased in New Hampshire. Plenty of history before it's sold again in upstate New York, where it completely vanishes in 2020. That's about the same time it suddenly shows up in Alabama. The very first Carfax record shows that the SUV already had 42,000 miles on it. A 2017 model year with no history for 3 years? They're the same car with two different VINs. One real, one a complete fabrication.
These cars had their VIN numbers switched out.
The vehicle identification number, or VIN, is the first thing these thieves need changed.
People might take your VIN number in order to do something called VIN flipping, to re-VIN and replate vehicles that were stolen.
It's happening from coast to coast and in every state in between.
Changing the VIN and then using stolen title documents from other states to get the cars retitled here in Ohio.
And then they're creating a fake title, and then they're pushing the title through county clerk's office. You've essentially created a car that doesn't exist.
Police have no choice but to seize the stolen cars from the drivers who otherwise legitimately bought them.
When the car's stolen, it's not legitimately yours anymore.
How much time is left on your note?
3 years.
You have 3 years left on this loan.
True.
And you don't have the car.
And I don't have the car. Help me out. Help my children out.
Yeah, I'm gonna take care of this, and I'm gonna go ahead and make the payment for this month for you. I'm gonna go ahead put you on the bottom of our, the SUV. The title that we have is fake, or we didn't know.
It turns out VINs are incredibly easy to fake. We found laser-etched VIN plates for sale online, and we ordered one matching Chidima's fake VIN, no questions asked. One tip is to match the VIN under the windshield with the one inside the driver's door. It's printed on the manufacturer's build sticker. But we found several of those for sale online too, printing official-looking stickers with whatever you'd like. The best way to protect yourself is to buy an inexpensive onboard diagnostic scanner. For less than $20, an OBD scanner will not only show you what that check engine light really means, the device will reveal the genuine VIN buried inside the car's computer. A simple solution that could have saved Chidima from unwittingly buying that stolen car. If you could speak to that person who's done this to you and your family, what would you say to them?
Was it worth it? Whatever it was that you made out of it, was it worth it? You didn't think ahead. You didn't think about who it was going to hurt.
This is such a wild story, Brendan, especially the part where you're explaining it's accessible to people on Amazon to be able to find a fake VIN number.
Now, we actually legally ordered this VIN. It's a VIN plate actually for my work news vehicle, and it's identical. But you could order any number you want, and it comes with the adhesive, simply goes right under the windshield, and no one would be the wiser. In this case, it even
fooled a car dealer.
It's really scary stuff. Speaking of car dealers, though, it seemed like this dealer wants to make her whole. Where do things stand with that?
Well, that was after we got involved, to be fair. She was having trouble getting them to even take her phone call. She called so many times that when we walked into the dealership and asked about her case, or at least asked to talk to the general manager, they knew exactly who she was when we called and when we showed up, because she was calling every single day. But now they're going to make her whole. They're going to take the car back, get her another one, give her a good deal, and she's going to be made whole.
We can't talk about solutions enough. In the story, you talked about that little scanner, but what else does our audience need to know?
Yeah, that OBD2 scanner or onboard diagnostic scanner, you can get them on Amazon or anywhere online. They're about $20. You plug them into the car and that will read the VIN. That's the most important thing. Of course, go to a reputable dealer, but she did in this case and ended up getting a stolen car that she paid real money for. So it is a case of buyer beware, but remember, these bad guys, they're a lot smarter and they're a step ahead of the authorities.
Stunning reporting. Great work. Thanks so much, Brendan. Atlanta News First Investigates cares about your community and the issues impacting your neighborhood. Scan the code on your screen and share a story you think we should investigate. If it's one we can help you with, we'll reach out to you. Multiple women in Atlanta allegedly deformed by their doctor. Atlanta News First investigates how you can protect yourself.
Multiple women say they were deformed by a Metro Atlanta doctor.
And lawsuits claim the plastic surgeon left them scarred for life. When Kayla Cannon wrote this one-star Yelp review accusing an Atlanta eye doctor of damaging her face, it was the first time telling her 2023 plastic surgery story, but she knew it would not be the last. Before we get to how, let's start with why.
This wasn't cosmetic reasons. This was like a birth defect that I had.
Kayla has no muscle in her eyelids. She sought plastic surgery to lift them up.
They all have advantages and disadvantages.
She went to Dr. Harvey Chip Cole.
He was like, I can fix you, make you even better. That's when he advised the eyelid surgery as well as cheek implants because he said that my cheeks were very flat.
The procedures done at Northside Hospital's outpatient surgery center. The day of the procedure, how do things go? Seemingly well?
Yes.
Until weeks later.
My eye just dropped instantly, the eyelid back to its normal spot, if not maybe worse.
So Kayla went back for a second surgery, hoping for better. It only got worse, her lawsuit claims. It cites what other consulting doctors say went wrong. Too much tissue removed from her eyes, the areas over-tightened. One of her cheek implants allegedly infected too. The suit saying Dr. Cole failed to recognize and properly treat by not immediately removing it.
I woke up with a complete rash over my left cheek, had a fever, sweats, and he put a syringe to my cheek and pulled out fluid, and it was green.
In response of legal filings, the doctor denies all wrongdoing, arguing the facts are incomplete and out of context with respect to Kayla's medical history. Kayla says other doctors have since helped with new surgeries, but could only do so much. It's left the 29-year-old feeling permanently deformed.
He took all of my 20s away from me, the most important years of my life. I look worse than when I started, and it kills me.
Kayla is not alone in her legal claims of negligence.
Let's be really honest. I'm disfigured.
Patient Sarah Dunham.
I'm embarrassed how I look. I'm embarrassed how I try to talk. I'm embarrassed that I have to keep taking swigs of a liquid to moisturize my mouth to be able to talk to you.
Side effects in surgery, dry mouth, right facial paralysis, impaired eating and drinking, even the inability to close either eye, her lawsuit documents. It dates back to 2022.
I wanted to look a little refreshed. All I asked was just this to be tightened a little.
But she alleges Dr. Cole recommended even more procedures. Sarah's surgery included a cheek lift, lip lift, eyelid and ear pinning surgery. She's accusing Dr. Cole of damaging facial nerve and removing too much tissue.
Why is it so important for you to share your experience?
I don't want him to continue to do it to other people.
Other people have already come forward. At least 7 additional patients filed lawsuits claiming they're deformed after plastic surgery with Dr. Cole.
Oh, that's not right.
Attorney Alex C.
They went to him to make things better, and all he did was make them worse.
C represents all the patients, which Dr. Cole's lawyer says there's grave concerns about. That Dr. Cole questions how it is possible that a single plaintiff's attorney has been retained by several former patients, adding Cole will fight the claims against him.
You see a pattern in practice of upselling patients for procedures that they didn't need, and then on top of that, doing those procedures incorrectly.
Since the civil suits seeking payment for damages, records show Cole filed Chapter 7 bankruptcy, a legal process declaring he's in debt and selling off assets. That's his financial background. But his professional background? Atlanta News First Investigates found the doctor is not American Board of Plastic Surgery certified. Although the board is an independent, non-regulatory organization, experts consider it the gold standard certification for its strict training and examination methods. Cole does have 3 other certifications from the American Boards of Cosmetic Surgery, Laser Surgery, and Ophthalmology. Although his Georgia medical license profile states he's also board certified by the American Society of Oculofacial Plastic Surgery, the organization's website says it is not a certifying or accrediting body. The Georgia Medical Board would not confirm whether it's investigating or not. However, these patients say they've filed complaints telling investigators they are now forever scarred in more ways than one.
We're supposed to trust these people and trusting that what they're doing is the right protocol.
It's hard to look at. It's hard for you, it's hard for me, it's hard for anybody else. That doesn't go away.
The medical board did not confirm or deny an investigation. Northside Hospital is also named as a defendant in this case, accused of wrongfully allowing Dr. Cole to perform surgeries there. In court filings, they denied wrongdoing but tell us he no longer has privileges there. Dr. Cole's attorney said in part, Dr. Cole has a 35-year career in fellowship train, adding, by all appearances, dozens of patients have been actively solicited to bring lawsuits against Dr. Cole in the hope of a big payday. There is much more to the story than is being reported.
Ahead on Uncovered, a Metro Atlanta doctor gets his medical license renewed despite multiple women claiming he deformed their faces. A Metro Atlanta doctor still practicing after being accused of deforming plastic surgery patients.
Atlanta News First investigates why that doctor was able to renew his license despite multiple claims of negligence.
I remember I told my mom I felt like kind of like he was like a used car salesman.
Jennifer Messer is talking about her doctor. In 2022, she says she went in seeking 2 plastic surgery eye procedures, but she left agreeing to many more.
He was like, if you're already gonna be asleep, you might as well just go ahead and have this done.
An endoscopic lower facelift, endoscopic lower lid, cheek lift, lip lift, chin implant, endoscopic brow lift, bilateral upper lid, blepharoplasty, and laser resurfacing.
I had never even thought of anything like that.
What Jennifer assumed could be improvements led to impairment, she alleges.
I was traumatized.
Why?
Whew. My children were scared of me.
Scared because she looked like this. The physician, Dr. Harvey Chip Cole, performed the surgeries at this Northside Hospital outpatient center. Jennifer now suing the doctor for negligence, alleging disfigurement, deformity, scarring, and impaired vision. In responses to the court, Cole denied the claims.
It was just a lot.
A consulting surgeon agrees that it was a lot. writing in Jennifer's lawsuit, Dr. Cole was in violation of the standard of care because he recommended and performed full facial plastic surgery.
Aside from the physical pain you say you were feeling, did you feel a level of shame too?
Oh, yeah. It was a very dark time.
Fillers were later added to her face to even it out, she says, but her eyes remained in constant pain.
I just ignore it the best I can. I just try not to think about it.
She is not alone. Now, a total of 11 former patients filed lawsuits against Dr. Cole, citing facial plastic surgery injuries. He denies all wrongdoing. The eye doctor is certified in oculofacial plastic surgery, but attorneys allege Cole demonstrated he is unqualified by doing the surgeries incorrectly. The Georgia Composite Medical Board would not confirm or deny an investigation into Dr. Cole. Medical Board Director Jason Jones.
You guys can't explicitly say, we are investigating this doctor.
That's
Why
right.
not?
It's how it's set in the statute. Other agencies may have it differently in their statute or policies, but our statute strictly says it's confidential and we can't release it.
The director could not comment on any specific person, but Atlanta News First Investigates found so far this year, the agency received 1,371 complaints. Currently, 690 of those cases are assigned to its 6 working investigators. The potential adverse outcomes include suspension, restriction, or revocation of medical license.
Let's say a surgeon is botching surgeries, a lot. Things are going wrong that shouldn't be. That's where we may look at revocation.
But until the very end of an investigation,
it all takes time to gather.
Doctors, even if they're under review, are allowed to get license renewals. Dr. Cole's license just renewed in April, without his current patients knowing whether he's under investigation or not.
People can say, well, I renewed my license, so I'm good. That's not necessarily the truth, because we're still doing an investigation. It just takes us time to get to the end of it to make sure we can make the right decision.
The right decision from Jennifer Messer's perspective.
I just don't want him to be able to hurt anybody or do harm to people anymore.
The medical board did not confirm or deny an investigation. Northside Hospital is also named as a defendant in this case, accused of wrongfully allowing Dr. Cole to perform surgeries there. In court filings, they denied wrongdoing but tell us he no longer has privileges there. Dr. Cole's attorney said in part, Dr. Cole has a 35-year career in fellowship trained, adding, by all appearances, dozens of patients have been actively solicited to bring lawsuits against Dr. Cole in the hope of a big payday. There is much more to the story than is being reported.
Sierra, you really feel for these former patients because they say they were oversold, that they went in for one thing and then, we all want to look better, every single one of us. And when someone says, I can do even more, it's tempting.
You hear in the story from the nurse, Jennifer, and she says she felt like he was a used car salesman. And when I asked her to explain that further, that's the point that she made. I went in for one particular thing and he said, I've got a deal and you can get more. And she was open to it because of the point you made. We all want to look and feel our best. And so she was feeling really positive about it. And unfortunately, she felt like he didn't do the job that he promised. Very similar with the other 2 former patients in this series.
What can patients do to protect themselves when you go online and check someone's board certification? Even if they're under investigation, it still shows they're licensed and in good standing.
That's the tricky part, and that's why we wanted to include the medical board in this story. You notice he did not confirm, the director of the Georgia Medical Composite Board did not confirm whether there is an official investigation. He said if there is some public action taken against the doctor, it would become available on the website. But that's the catch-22 here. You want to do all of your work and be your own investigator. So ultimately, people are looking at reviews because the way that it works for the state medical board, they don't publish whether somebody has been investigated. They say they do that to protect medical professionals, but ultimately it does feel like a veil of secrecy from some of the patients. You really only know if some public action has been taken. And as we noted in the story, the public action would only be a suspension, a revocation, things like that.
Sierra, thanks for staying on this important story.
You can listen to all of our extended conversations on these stories right now on our podcast, Behind the Investigation. Just search Atlanta News First on your favorite podcast platform. You're watching Uncovered by Atlanta News First Investigates, a weekly hour-long investigative show with new episodes launching every Sunday at 7.